Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me and welcome to today's craft along. So I'm still working with my Edith Holden ephemera and I'm going to be making a series of folios and journals. And I wanted to use another one of these pamphlet packaging things. And I've also got this little thing that we made recently, the little flip out. And then I've got this vintage greeting card, which was very, very big, so I just had to cut, I think about an inch off the side of it, but it's very tall. So I wanted to do a little something with these, which is going to be for my folio. So it's going to be some kind of like interactive flip out, do what's it? And I thought, you might want to see how I'm going about it. So first things first, I've gone through and I've added washi to the spine on the inside and outside of the card because it was very old, so I wanted to make sure that was protected. And then I've also done the same thing with this pamphlet. Wherever I was folding it, I've added washi just to protect it, and then obviously we made this the other day from some other packaging. So, right, what shall we do first? That is the question. So my idea is I want to have the card be the base of what I'm doing. I'm going to have this little piece that hooks on the side here, and then this is going to hook around that. So essentially you've got a flip out with a pocket, something on here. This opens up, and I was thinking a tuck spot to cover up that. A nice image there. And then on the inside, I was actually going to fold this in half, like so, and then this was going to be a pocket like so, and also a side pocket, so 2 in 1, and then some kind of piece on here. That's what I want to do. So that is the plan for today. So I'm just trying to think what I'm best starting with. So that is ready, so I'm going to put that to one side. Let's go with this, shall we? So first things first, if I open that up, I want to get the piece that I was going to have on here. And I was thinking these nice flowers, because where they're shifted to the right, if I have something here, you can still see them next to my flip out that I've made. Just in case anyone was wondering why I make such decisions. So I'm just going to chop along the bottom so I can fit this in my trimmer. So this is very much a craft along today. I am simply making something that I thought would be fun for my folio. And I'm just going to lift this up because I want to make sure that I'm getting in as much of those flowers as possible. So let's chop along the bottom. So I'm just using my light to see where everything's going. A little bit more, and then I'll think I'll be happy. Like so. Lovely. I'm just going to chuck these scraps. So what I'm going to do is just butt that up against the spine, and then I'm thinking I'm just going to cut around the whole thing. That'll be easiest. So I'm going to use the clow so it's got sliding room, and I'm just going to glue onto here. So yeah, no tutorial today, very much a craft along, very much a shop your trash. I'm just using stuff, playing with things, and as I've said before, with envelopes, packaging and all that good stuff that you see me use a lot, my ideas come from just playing. When I sit with my supplies trying to figure out what on earth I'm going to show you on video, what on earth I'm going to make, and all that good stuff. Most of my ideas, if they're not inspired by other people, come from just folding things, playing with the thing that's in my hand, and I go from there really. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to just have a bit of a play, really, is what I would say. It's a lot of fun, and you can make some really, really unique things when you just throw caution to the wind and just say, today I'm going to fold this in a certain way. Oh, look at that. Hey presto, you've made a thing. Whether you can remember what you've made the next time you come to do something is a different story, but you know. So any nice scraps I am keeping. And occasionally I might go quiet because I'm just thinking about what my next move is. So let's just hook that on and see what we think. Oh yeah, nice. So I think if I were to go there, you can still very much see those flowers all around, almost like it's framing my little piece there. So I'm happy with that. I don't think I need this to be as big, so I'm just going to cut a little sliver off that flap. And now I rounded the corners of this flip out, so I should probably round the corners of this one so that they match. I'm just doing it now because it just helps me to visualize how everything's going to look, that's all. Okay, lovely. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and glue this down because I'm going to want to cover this up. I don't want to see this, obviously. So keep where it was. There we go. Off screen I reduced the spine. I think it had a little spine in it when I was making it on video the other day. I just flattened that down and just bone folded it with as much muscle as I could muster, so that it didn't cause any kind of bulk, unnecessary bulk. Okay. Might need to get some ink down there just to cover up. Ooh. Just to, yeah, I've got a little bit of a seam down there, so I probably will need to ink a little bit just to cover things over. And then I just want to get in with the glue. So yeah, today this is just the piece we're working on. I should be able to get it finished today, I would have thought. If you don't like inking stuff to death, then you can also, you could just use some washi down there if you wanted. But I think that will be just fine for me. So I've got obviously the number and stuff there. I might open up and have some butterflies or something, but I'll come to decorating later. I think for now I just want to focus on getting everything built. So I wanted to have a side tuck along this edge because this is quite bulky, and I thought a side tuck would cover that over, and it shouldn't, in theory, get in the way of the what's going in the pocket. So obviously I'm going to cover this with some cardstock, a scrap, and for on here I'm going to just go with the text because, yeah, I'm going to go with the text because then, you know, whatever I put in the pocket can stand out against the text. So I'm just going to cut along there so I've got a straight edge, and then just sort of gonna see with pencil where I need to cut things. So yeah, there will be a lot of cutting and sticking today, I'm afraid. But what I might do, so that I don't get it wrong, because I want the whole thing covered, I'm just going to do what I did on the front and just go ahead and glue this down. If you were more precise about it, you could try and measure things, but even when I measure, I never get things exactly right. So for me, it's just easier for me to just go ahead and just glue things down and cut later. But you know, we're all different. Some of you are very precise, and I must say I'm incredibly jealous of anyone who is even remotely precise, because I can never seem to be precise. So I'm just making sure that that's in the right place. Lovely. But I'm getting glue on myself. And then we can go ahead and cut this. Now obviously I need to be careful not to cut any of my flip outs or anything. So that was the easy part. Now wish me luck as I cut around here. I'm bringing it up to me, so if you can't see what I'm doing, then that's why. Just being very careful not to cut my flip out. And I will definitely need to do some tidying up, because the flip out is slightly bulky, so I have a feeling I might need to go in a little bit. Just sort of see. Yeah, I definitely need to do some better cutting. So I'm just cutting on the inside here. And then I remembered, because I'm putting a tuck spot on it, it doesn't matter that it doesn't look amazingly neat, because the side pocket is going to cover this up for us anyway. Okay, so that's that. So this is going to come here. So I'm just going to cut the top off. Yeah, sorry if I'm very quiet, because concentration, you know. That's it, lovely. Right, so from there, because we've got the text, I wanted a picture, and if memory serves, I was going to try and get this purple flower in, because it's tall and thin. I think would look very nice on my scrap. So I'm going to go ahead and just glue this onto the Edith Holden. I'm just using a scrap that I don't care much about. You know, I don't plan on using it in a project, so it's good for stuff like this. So again, I'm just going to use the light to, just holding it up to the light to see where I'm going. Lovely. And then we can just cut around that. You know, I do so love this craft where you don't have to do anything remotely complicated, but you can make such interesting things. I mean, I've been doing this now for what, 3 years? Yeah, coming up to 3 years, and I'm still in awe of how much fun we can have with this stuff. You know, it's just blows my mind every single time. And I think I'll be saying this, you know, if I carry on with this stuff, in 10 years time I'll still probably be talking about how amazed I am by everything, you know. Oh, that's lovely. It just wants better cutting. Again, I'm still using my blunt scissors. I really need to clean them and sharpen them and everything, but you know what, that takes time. Time that could be better spent actually doing the thing. Okay, now I am going to have to round these corners because the piece itself is rounded, so let's do that. So that can then fit in there nicely. And then I was thinking I should do a thumb notch thing. Really just to highlight the fact that it's a pocket. Sorry, that's very loud. But also I like the look of it when it's on the side like that. Okay, so where's my ink? Here. So I must say that Edith Holden stuff is coming together very quickly. Where I'm sort of throwing caution to wind and I'm just going for it. It's yeah, it's really coming together very quickly, I must say. Right, I'm just looking because obviously where am I cutting was not the best. Yeah, it should be fine. I was just checking if you could see anything from the side, but it looks to be okay. So, just going to go along 3 sides. Whoop. Wiggly wiggly. Goodness me. Okay, and then just gonna slip that in. There we are. As I say, I'm not doing any decorating today. I'm just simply doing the construction. I'll faff about with decorating another time. Okay, so now this is how this is looking. So we've got the little flip out and the pocket, flip out and the side pocket. Love it. So next stage, I'm going to put that to one side, and originally I pulled out these birds. What I'm struggling with is when this goes on here, I have a feeling I have a bit of a bird bum. So let's just have a little look. So again, I'm just using the light to see what I've got. Yeah, you see there, unfortunately, I really wanted the other bird to be seen, you know, because you can see him up there and he kind of looks like he's sitting on top of the this flip out thing. So I'm just looking to see whether I could replace that bird with anything. You know, it could be a little pocket just there, maybe. Yes, I'm going to use the bird because I love that he's sitting on top, and then when it comes to adding the ephemera, I'll just position it in such a way as to, you know, have what I like. Righty-ho, so I want to cut just to the tip of this tail, if I can get it in, which I'm not going to be able to, so just cut it so I can fit it in my trimmer. There we go. Right, so let's I really want to keep those berries in if I can manage it. So again, I'm just holding it up to the light. Yeah, I have to come in a little bit more for what I want. So we'll have to lose those berries. That's okay. We've still got berries on the picture. Okay, perfect. Oops. I hope that you're able to follow along what I'm doing. That's the only trouble with craft alongs, is it's very difficult for me to know whether what I'm doing is actually clear, where I'm having to kind of just go with the flow a little bit. But I know some of you do enjoy watching me make decisions about things, and you like seeing things come together. So I do want to occasionally be able to do this kind of video for you. Okay, so I'm just gonna butt that up against my spine, and again I'm just using the light. Yeah, I'm glad I did the washi, because not only does it add protection to the spine, but also if you end up being able to see some of it, then you know it looks okay. Okie dokie, and then you guessed it, cut around the card. So if I didn't already say, this is going to be for a folio I'm doing as part of my Edith Holden series, which morphed from what my original plans for the series was, but that's fine. These things happen. It's I will still be doing the ring bound journal in case anyone is wondering. It is still my plan. But on top of that, I'm also doing some writing journals, and what else am I doing? Writing journals and a folio. Yeah. Alrighty, again, I just keep putting it together so that I can sort of see what we've got. Oh, you know what I said? I said about the bed sitting on top. He's not sitting on top now, because otherwise it would have to go there. Oh, that's a shame. Me not concentrating on what I'm doing, but that's okay. He still looks like he's peeking out from behind it. That's okay. No matter. So that is that. So the idea for this piece is for it to hook on here, like so. And then on the back here, this is going to be a pocket. So what I want to do is the back here before gluing this on, because it's going to be on top of it. So yeah, there's a lot of matting with this type of a project, but you can do some fun things. And if you've seen me make folios in the past, you'll see that I often use envelopes. It works in the same sort of way. The difference with the envelopes is that you can make the envelopes into pockets if you want to add, you know, certain things like that, which is fun. I don't always do that. I don't always use the envelopes as pockets, because it can add weight, a lot of weight really. But you know, you can use whatever you've got. And the fun thing about folios, and I've probably said this before, probably the last time I was making a folio, you can do lots of fun interactive things because you don't have to worry about weight quite so much compared with a journal that you're sewing in. Obviously you could end up with something that's too heavy for your binding and it sort of tears through, and that's sort of why I like folios, is you don't necessarily have that problem in the same sort of way. So I feel like for me, folios allow me to be much more creative than you know, regular journals, I find anyway. They're all different, but yeah, I'm much more creative with folios, I think. Okay, so that's that. Right, so this is going to come along the bottom here. So first things first, I just want to burnish these folds down a bit more. There, I've washied them. You know, they're quite strong, which is the point, but they're sticking up a little bit, so just do that. Okay. Righty, so this is the part that you're going to see. So first things first, I'm going to glue this little flap into a pocket. So I'm just going to run some glue along the edge and just along the bottom, like so. That just turns it into a pocket. Again, you don't have to use packaging for this, you could use, you know, paper. And then just cover it up with nice images or something. Wait for your glue to dry before you start messing about with it. So it will only be a thin pocket. I was thinking like a bookmark type thing will go in the pocket is what I'm aiming for, if I remember, by the time I come to make it. Okay. Lovely. And then my ideas for this, so this is the pocket open at the top, so whatever goes in it will stick it up here. And then I thought it could also be a bonus side tuck so that a card could come in there as well. That's what I was thinking. And for this one, if I can position it so using my light, I've got this little bird which I think I will be able to get on there. So just holding it up to the light to see where I'm going. So that will be his head in just fine. So I just want to cut this side first. That's it. So I just nipped a little bit of his tail, but that's okay, as long as I can get his face in. So then I would just glue this onto there. Perfect. Okay, right, glue. Yeah, lots of matting, lots of sticking, but that's fine. I don't know what I'm putting on the other side of the card yet. I might have to pause once we've done this part to have a think, because I want to see if I've got an ephemera, like a pocket or something I've already made to go on it. And then from there I can make a decision about what paper I want. I'll have to have a little look-see, see what I've got. Okay. More cutting. Oh goodness, lots of cutting. And then this time I have to be very careful not to cut open my pocket. Let's fold it over, so be careful, Justine. That's why I use blunt scissors, because it makes it a lot harder to cut into the thing you're cutting around. Alrighty, so I'm going to keep that scrap because that's a nice one. Making more scraps as per usual. Okie dokie, right, let's see if we want to do anything to this before gluing it down. Oh, this little bird, so nice. So I think I want to put a thumb notch into it. The only problem is that you'd obviously see the packaging if I do that. So on second thoughts, I will not add a thumb notch into the top of it. And I will add a thumb notch into the side of it. That's what I'm going to do. So sorry, it's going to be loud again. Oh goodness. It's just very thick to go through the multiple layers there. Right, let's see how that looks. Lovely stuff. Okay, I'm just trying to decide whether to round the corners on anything else. Okay, so I'm not going to round the card itself. I'm happy with how it's all looking. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and join this onto the piece now. So I want it there, so I've got to be really careful. And I'm just going to glue top, bottom. I'm going to do a couple of lines because it's a heavy piece. There we go. And then I'm going to come in, whoops a daisy, and just add some glue just along there like you would a side tuck. And then I'm just going to fold that in and then just line it up. Whoops a daisy. Like so. So it's now a side tuck, but it's glued on to the back piece nicely, you know, plenty of glue. So yeah, it's a very thick piece. I would not recommend this for a journal, but what it could be, and one thing I did just think of when I had you on pause whilst I was inking around everything, is so my ideas for this was originally for it to be part of a folio. Just making sure that was opening good. It can be, you know, glued into a folio. So I'll just show you my idea. So I want to use this cover, this Edith Holden cover, as a folio. That's what I'm going to be doing with it. So if I wanted, I could just glue this into part of the folio like so, and then straight away you have all your nice flips and flaps and things. So for example, this could be glued all the way down. Could be a top pocket, a side pocket, it could be anything that I want. Another idea I had for it is to have it in the centre of a writing journal, similar to how I did my, well actually there's two things. The centre signature of a writing journal, where you could have this fun removable folio thing with lots of pockets. Similar to how I did in the Enchanted Woodland journal. So for example, this would get stitched into your signature like so. Equally, it can be a standalone signature on its own, or it could be as part of your writing signature. So there's lots of things that you could do with this kind of thing. The only thing that I would say is that you wouldn't be able to glue it onto just like a standard journal page because it is far too heavy. It would have to be as part of a folio. It could be the back pocket of your journal. It could be on the front of your journal. It could be a signature, you know, that kind of thing. I just thought I would mention. Now, I am on the back panel and I have this pocket which actually matches the birds on the front there, but I don't know if it's too birdy because we've got bird, bird and birds on the front. So I'm going to leave it there simply because I don't have enough ephemera made to fill this up, which I should have realised before filming the video, but you know, I was too excited. But you know, I've got various things that I could, actually I quite like that one. You see what I mean? I'm kind of umming and ahhing and I don't want to rush to make the decision. So once I know what pocket is going in there, it will just be a case of matting the back and then just gluing the ephemera onto it. But I'm going to hold off because I'm not sure what I want just yet. I was only sure about these parts. So as I said, I've not decorated anything, so I'm just going to have a little look as to what I might want to decorate. So that's already decorated. I still need to add a label to the back there. Definitely want something there, some butterflies or a label or something. Maybe a label on this pocket. Probably won't add anything there. Be nice actually if that had like don't know, the month or something, maybe. And then I definitely want a little something there, like a butterfly or something. And then, yeah, as I said, I need to wait for that. So I hope that you've enjoyed that little craft along. As I said, not a tutorial, very much a craft along. I just wanted to, you know, get on and make some bits and bobs and go from there, really. So yeah, we've made this sort of like flip out pockety ephemera thing, which eventually will have a home in one of my projects. So thank you so much for joining me. Again, sorry I didn't get to the last page, but as I say, I don't want to rush to make decisions just because I'm filming. And as I said, it is a craft along rather than a tutorial. But I will be making as much of these journals on video as I can muster. So you will see this pop up again. As I said, I originally thought to use it in a folio, but I'm actually quite liking the idea of it being a signature now. So we shall see what becomes of it. So thank you for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed that video, and I look forward to working on some more Edith Holden ephemera very soon. Bye bye for now.